Amanda and Brad, welcome to the show. It's great to have you both here today.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
Brad.
having us.
So, as fellow thalassophiles, I learnt that word from your website this morning, and we can define that in a minute. Perhaps you could share a little bit about your journey and how you became interested in surfing and the ocean lifestyle.
After you.
Okay, well, I grew up in the South Bay region of Los Angeles, which I know most people think they feel sorry for me growing up in such a big urban area, but there are really nice spots around. And the ocean, we were on a peninsula, and the ocean was always around me and fascinated me. And I didn't get to start surfing until I had a car, being a very car-centric environment. So once I was 16 and had wheels, I got a longboard from one of the local surf shops and just started going with one of my best friends. And she and I would just go paddle out, and that kind of really sparked a love of the salt water. And before that, I'd always been into swimming and water polo and was very active in kind of aquatic environments, I guess.
Hmm. Brad?
Yeah, and for me, I guess I grew up in Sydney, down in Cronulla, the southern part of Sydney. Grew up in a family, always around the water, always around the beach, heavily into windsurfing and all sorts of water sports. Surfing's always been a passion from a young age. Going down with a boogie board down to the beach when mum had spare time, through to coastal trips with all the mates after on weekends. So surfing's always been a big part of my life. As about other water sports, as I said, sort of kite surfing and windsurfing and doing those sorts of things as well. So
Nice, nice. And for those who are interested, a thalassophile is a lover of the ocean, just in case. Let's clear that up. So great. Cronulla is an amazing spot, good surf. And you guys are now based in Noosa, near Noosa?
correct, yes, we've recently relocated. Cronulla is a wonderful part of the world. It's getting busier and busier every day, and we've just gone for a bit of a quieter lifestyle. Moved up to just near Noosa.
Okay, excellent. So perhaps you can tell us a little bit about SurfLogic Hardware, your organization that you've been running in Australia and New Zealand, and what is the essence of the brand?
Yeah, so SurfLogic hardware launched in 2005, and it is the headquarters or the parent company are based in Spain, but the whole concept for the company was inspired by a surfing road trip around Australia. So
Okay.
it's been kind of exciting to go full circle and be able to help bring it back to the country that inspired the whole notion of the brand. The basic ethos of the brand is to build and create the best surf hardware and surf accessories on the market. So we want, as a company, people to understand that we're focused on quality and function. And when they see the SurfLogic brand, they have confidence that they're going to get something that has been well made, well thought out, and built for purpose. Um, our journey is, as I said, to help spread the brand back in the mother country um, and bring it to Australia and New Zealand. We launched officially in 2019 as the start of the Australian branch of SurfLogic. So we're known as SurfLogic Australia, and we are the official importers and distributors in the Pacific region for SurfLogic hardware.
Okay, excellent. And what makes SurfLogic different from other surf brands in your perspective, from your perspective?
Yeah, I think Surf Logic, it's the ethos around the company is sort of innovation, security, quality, and passion. That's what they've developed the company around, and the idea is to sort of try and improve the day-to-day experience of surfers and other water sports lovers by sort of bringing in products that are functional and high quality, not just while you're in the water, but before you go surfing and after you go surfing. So to try to sort of be whole encompassing of your daily routine and improve your lifestyle.
Mm. And as a user of your products, I can testify to the fact that they just make surfing easier. They make the whole experience smoother. So if you had to look inside of my van or car, you'll find SurfLogic seat covers, and they have saved that upholstery because we all know what happens when you rub wet wetsuits and sand into car seats. It's not a pretty picture. We've also tested out the Surf Lock, which has undoubtedly kept our car safe when we go to some unusual locations. And something I'm very interested in talking about is the wetsuit dryer. So this is really, would you say this is the flagship product of SurfLogic?
Yes, I would say it is the flagship. It is probably the one product that really sets SurfLogic apart from every other surf brand. So yeah, it is a product we're really excited about. It's been available in Europe for several years, but we've only just been able to launch it in Australia and New Zealand. So we are very excited.
And can you tell us a little bit about the story of the wetsuit dryer, if you don't mind?
The wetsuit dryer, well, it's basically so the owner of the brand in Spain, yeah, as we all know, no one likes putting on a wet wetsuit and trying to improve the life of surfers. He came up with the idea of building a wetsuit dryer. So it's been many years of development that's gone into the wetsuit dryer. And as I said, it's been available in Europe for several years. So basically the way it works is it's not dissimilar to a hanger. You put the wetsuit over the top on the shoulders, and it will blow heat regulated air throughout the wetsuit to help dry the wetsuit. As we know, in these cold winter months, wetsuit just won't dry by itself. So this is the best way and the fastest way to dry your wetsuit.
And having just used one before, it's amazing how quickly it works. About an hour.
Yeah, depending on the climate around you
Yes.
and the thickness of your wetsuit. We like to say about a 3 mil wetsuit will take anywhere between 20 to 40 minutes.
Yes.
And then depending on the thickness of your wetsuit, it can take longer. But it really is the fastest way to dry a wetsuit.
And it has been used by the WSL and competitive surfers?
Yes, we've had the wetsuit dryers at the athlete zone in the WSL events in Australia for the last 3 years. They've also made a bit of a debut over in Portugal, Peniche, and areas like that. So the pro surfers have told us the feedback we've got is that they were super pumped in the morning to show up and dry their wetsuits, and in between their heats be able to have, a nice dry suit to put on. And I'm assuming that would help them just performance-wise. Their body's less shocked, and it's just more comfortable. Basically, a nicer experience for the athletes overall throughout their events.
I just love how we're developing tools that meet the real needs of surfers. Like having a dry wetsuit just changes your experience. When you're in a car park and you're trying to pull on a sticky wet wetsuit, it's one of the worst experiences in the world. And once it's on, it's kind of okay, and you paddle out and you're all good. But just starting off with that warm, dry wetsuit, it changes your experience.
Yeah, it can stop you going surfing some mornings, can't it? Thinking about putting on a cold wetty.
You're exactly right. Yeah, especially in New Zealand at this time of year, we're in the depths of winter. My wetsuit is on the line right now, and if the waves were not perfect, chances are I might just find an excuse.
Yeah.
And there's some other good feedback we got about the functionality of the wetsuit dryer, or why it helps improve things, is also when you have a small space to store the wetsuit. If you live in a more urban environment in a unit or something like that, and also travel, they pack up quite small. The arms are removable, so it's something that's easy to take with you in your car or in your bag to the hotel. We have some of the pros that travel with one, so that way they can pack their suits away and don't have a stinky bomb when they get home.
Yeah. And what's amazing? When we used it just before, I was imagining a big mess below it, like of water dripping, but there was nothing. It was, the wetsuit was dry and there was no mess on the floor.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of your other favorite products that you guys supply.
Okay. I guess some products that differentiate us are the range of wetsuit hangers that we have
Yeah.
available. So we do have like a standard, what looks like a sort of standard sort of hanger, but all our hangers have been designed to be exceptionally robust, really high quality. They're really thick so that you can, they don't damage the shoulders on your wetsuit. And with the standard wetsuit hanger as well, you can easily just fold your wetsuit in half and slide it through the gap and put it on, so it's nice and easy to use. And then we also have ones for accessories, for booties, gloves, hoods, and that sort of thing. So yeah, they're really, really, really useful. As you mentioned earlier, the lock boxes, they're a really good seller for us and a really, really good product. We have range from standard small ones to large, and even one that has an LED light, which is great for if you come paddle back in after dark. We have heard a few people sort of scrambling to try and get their code unlocked and they can't exactly see. Or they try to park under a light, knowing that they'll be paddling in after dark. So that solves that problem. And then, the water-resistant seat covers are really good. We have a different range of those for different purposes. Some that fit over the seat, some that just lay on top of the seat, and also some for back seats, which is great for wet dogs and kids that want to just cruise home in their wetty. Extra seats. So, I think there's some of the other key products we have. We have, waterproof bags that are exceptional quality and really useful.
I think one product that probably doesn't look like it would be as exciting as it is our utility hooks that we have. We have a suction cup hook and also magnetic hook, and those move quite well because they're really good.
Yeah.
They can hold a wetsuit on a hanger, so they're built for purpose, and again, good for cars, good for showers.
Yeah. We have travelled before with a wetsuit dryer, and we've travelled with a suction hook in the dryer because we've been staying in, pokey little accommodation as we all do at times. And, you can put the suction hook on the shower wall and then you hang up the wetsuit dryer and boom, you've got a dry wetty. Yeah. So they complement each other really well.
Yeah, something we failed to mention about the dryer is not only does it dry your wetsuit, but we also have a bag that can go over the arms of the dryer to dry your booties, your hoods, your gloves. So if you're in one of the areas where the water's that frosty that you need those accessories, there is a facility to dry your entire neoprene kit. So it's an exciting part of the bag or the dryer as well.
I love that. And you know what it's also really great for is any surfer who's going traveling to somewhere where you need a wetsuit, and on that last day when you pack up, you go for one last surf and then you load your bag with wet gear. It's horrible, and it adds to the weight, so you end up going over your luggage allowance and all that. So just drying everything up means you'll get to wherever you're going, with a dry, sweet smelling
Maybe not sweet smelling, but yeah.
Well, that might be a stretch for a wetsuit, but dry. This is important. What's been some of the feedback that you've received with regards to the products that you supply?
The feedback has been really positive, to be honest. All of the some people have told us, like with the wetsuit hangers, for instance, they never knew they needed a wetsuit hanger until they owned one. And I'll vouch for that as well. It's they are really useful once you start using them. Lock boxes have been really, as I said, really popular, and the feedback's been good. Everyone that we know that's tried the wetsuit dryer have loved it. I've not spoken to anyone that's used it that hasn't enjoyed using it. Yeah, I think feedback has been really positive. The big scope for SurfLogic Australia is to get into bricks and mortar stores as we move forward with the brand, and that's a big goal for us as we go forward. And every time we've been to a store to see shop owners, they've all been impressed with the quality. Hasn't always been the right time for them to buy some products, but no one has bagged out on the quality of the products or the range. Everyone's quite impressed with the range. And some of the good feedback we have had with the catalogue is that it's not like your standard surfing brand. There are products that are different from what else is out there. So it's been positive so far, and we're excited.
It is exciting. I love the idea of retail stores full of SurfLogic gear. And what's your both of your vision for the future as you evolve? Is it to bring in more and different products, or is it to just really focus on the core surfer needs?
Yeah, look, I think with the company is trying to look towards developing new and innovative products, and we'll probably introduce a new innovative product, sort of, a new product once a year, or maybe twice a year, just depending on what's on the drawing board. For instance, we've just released a wax and fin tool, which is a new product for SurfLogic. It's a heavy duty wax scraper, when you really want to get all the wax off your board. Super robust, but it also has a built-in fin removal tool for FCS2 fins. So
Yes.
again, it's a really good little tool to have in the back of your van, or back of your wagon, just for also you need to change the fins, and we all know that they can be quite sharp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
FCS2 is perhaps one of no, I don't want to say it, but it is one of the worst fin designs. The number of I've seen Kelly Slater at competitions winding his leg rope around the fins so that he can pull them
yeah.
out without slicing off your fingers.
That's
Um,
oh,
it,
he's one of our wax and fin tools.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I think he would appreciate that. No, but it is an amazing tool. I've got one here and it's heavy duty. That's what I like about it. You can tell it's actually designed and made for surfers. It's not just some idea that's trying to fill a market need. It's like, here's something that surfers will actually use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And with the catalog of products we have available, they have been built around these differentiated products, and we have recently introduced leg ropes and tail pads and a lot of those standard products that you see with a lot of brands. But they've been brought in by request from surfers and other shop retailers in Europe, requesting SurfLogic to do some of those products. Just because there was a demand for the brand, and they've seen the quality that SurfLogic puts out. So there'll be some more surfboard covers introduced in the coming sort of probably 12, 24 months, and a few other exciting products on the horizon.
Excellent, excellent. So, shifting gears, just for people who would like to get to know you a bit better, maybe I could ask a few questions. If you guys had to go to your dream location for a surf trip, where would you go, and which SurfLogic product would you take?
Tough one.
I know you guys have done a lot of travel, so if you had to go for your ultimate bucket list surf trip, where would it be?
Effort.
I don't even know where to start.
Uh,
I can surf the waves where I would actually really like to go. I'm not good enough.
Look, I've never been to the Maldives, but I'd love to go there.
oh,
But that'd
yes.
be high up on the list. And the product I would take, it's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Yeah.
Okay, which board would you take?
What I would take would I'd have to take the quiver if I was going there. But
Yeah.
I've
Yes.
been a fan of riding burn surfboards that were built down in Wollongong.
Yep.
So I have a quiver of those. So I'll have to go down and see those guys and get set up. But yeah. So
Maldives. That's the dream trip. That's the one place I haven't been yet,
yeah,
and it's got to happen at some point. Yeah.
yeah,
Boat trip or resort?
boat trip for sure.
Boat trip. You guys
Yeah.
are boaties, right? You
Yes. We both spent a lot of time on boats and sailing and traveling across oceans on yachts. So yeah,
so you'd be pretty comfortable out
Like
there.
yeah. What would you
Yes.
Thalassophile.
Philosopher.
The Lassophile. I like it. I like it a lot. Excellent. So, any words of advice for someone out there who's contemplating getting involved in the surf industry and starting a business? It sometimes seems glamorous, but your thoughts?
It is a lot of work. The surf industry is amazing. There is incredible people right throughout the industry, and there are some that are not so incredible. So it's
like everywhere, I guess.
like everywhere. Yeah. But
I think the biggest thing is to just keep your chin up. You're going to get some days where you feel like $1 million, and then you're going to get some days where you just feel like you've been punched in the face. As you kind of get a range of reactions from people and support or lack of support. So I think, but I think that's in any industry that you want to get involved in. But it's just, I think the words that I've always been told is everything takes longer than you think it will. And so I think you think how long you think it's going to take, and then maybe you double it or even sometimes triple it.
That's good advice. That's
You'll
good advice.
Out how long it might be taking you. And I think something else is just be genuine in yourself. And that way you're going to attract those people that will understand what you're trying to either sell to them or convey to them in the message of the product that you're representing or your company and your brand.
Yeah.
Great advice. Great advice.
Yeah, you have to believe in what you're trying to represent, and I think that's also key.
I think it's an exciting journey that you're on, and I think now that the world has opened back up again and people are coming out of their shell, thankfully, you're well positioned to have that impact, especially now that that flagship product is available in places like New Zealand and Australia, where people want to surf throughout the winter. Do you think people would use it up there in Noosa? Do many people wear wetsuits in winter? A few do, right?
I'm surprised, even though the water's still 23 degrees or something, people in full-length wetsuits, and yes, we've sold wetsuit dryers in this area and further north than here, so it's definitely.
Well, I think the air temperature can be 3 degrees, so once you get that wind chill factor involved,
true,
how warm the water is. But at least everything this winter, from people barebacking it to people in full suits. So
I saw someone in board shorts here a couple of days ago.
That's
why? Yeah. Why? And he stayed out for ages. It's I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of therapy. I'm not sure.
Cold water swimming and health benefits.
There's a lot of benefits. Exactly. Now, if I had a sauna on the beach and you could jump in the sauna and then go for a wave, maybe. But it was cold. It was cold. It's hardcore. Cool. And one last thing I wanted to touch on is SurfLogic makes the range of products make great gifts. And we do know a lot of people come to surfed.com for gifts. What would you suggest is a great gift for the surfer who has it all?
Well, of course, the wetsuit dryer is a great one.
Yeah.
But at a less big investment for people, things like the wetsuit hanger, the lock boxes, the car seat covers. One product that's really great, we have a dry bucket bag. That would probably be one of my products I would take on a surf trip, just because no matter what the temperature is, it's still useful to carry your gear to and from the beach and keep sand clean. Hangers too, like Brad said, that's something that you don't really know that you need until you have it, and then you think, oh my gosh, it's just up specs everything that you have about your storage and drying of the wetsuit without the dryer. So there's a lot of entry level gifts you could look at, or unless you wanted to go more to our key product, which is the dryer.
Yeah. Quick dry towels are really, really good.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. Quick dry towels. So maybe we need to do a feature on what to take on your dream surf trip. And it's a quick dry towel, coat hanger, the dryer, some of those other accessories, which, thank you, we've been using, such as the hangers, which fit boots. It's just multi-purpose. You've thought of everything. Yeah. Excellent. Any final thoughts before we wrap up for the session?
No, thanks, Brad, for having us on Surfed.
Yeah, we're grateful
really appreciate it.
Be here. So thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So for anyone out there who's interested in finding out more about SurfLogic and their range of products, please do check out the description. There's links there, and also check out surfed.com website. And we look forward to hearing your own experiences. Leave some comments below. Thank you, Brad and Amanda. Always a pleasure to catch up. Pity we can't do it in person, but this is second best.
That's right. Well, likewise for us. It's great to see you again, Brad, and look forward to talking again soon.
Awesome.
Thanks, Brad.
See you both. And see you all. We'll see you in the next episode.